Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Pathfinder the Westmarch campaign. Today we're going to do a solo session, an interlude with one of our players that has been a frequent player at the table this entire campaign. The past 2 years this campaign's been going on now. Thank you all for watching and thank you all for continuing to support this wonderful project that we've been doing, and we're gonna go over to our player now. Hello!
Hi!
How are you this evening?
Good! It's been really hot today, so it's been half spent in front of a fan, and then the sharks came, so I was like...
That's
understandable.
I'm doing
good. Doing good, despite the woes.
Yeah. So today we're going to be doing a solo session. Why don't you introduce yourself and your character for us, please?
Hi, my name is Void or Jester. You can call me either one. Go by it or he, him. I almost said they, them.
But we're not cowards here.
I almost said speak for yourself. But no, I would never.
Just to clarify, that is not a knock against they, them pronoun presenting people. It's just an inside joke between me and Jester.
It's against me specifically.
Yeah.
Tonight I am playing Icarus, a tiefling paladin who has a gun. I gained a gun, I lost an arm, I lost a wing, but you know what? We're still living, so count that as a win.
Yeah, absolutely. Jester can be found at Beckoning Void on Twitter, and Blue Sky, I think, is this. It's Blind Knitting at Twitter. And
yes, Beckoning Void on Blue Sky
Blue Sky.
Yeah, blue. You almost had it.
Almost. So.
Yeah.
Last time we saw Icarus, he had been yoinked from his home, mid, probably lecture from one of his mothers. I mean, he was getting his arm attached, so.
Yeah, it was like mid-arm fitting. I imagine it was like, what's Vampire Monk who can do the arm stuff, right?
Yes.
I think it was like, turns around to go grab a tool, turned around to go back to work.
And Icarus is just fucking gone.
It probably shows up right in that exact spot.
Yeah. A little more scorched from dragon fire, a little more smelling of brimstone, which, Vampire Mom's just like, I see. So your grandfather stole you, that's fine.
Sure, that's definitely what happened.
Yeah, absolutely. That's 100% how she's going to logic it. And we kind of are going to pan into right as you got back from... Right as Icarus is returning from the random encounter that he was teleported into, to your mother just kind of looking very worried, her, equipment ready to continue work on your automail, but she just kind of looks at Icarus and just goes, "So how was whatever the fuck you just did?"
Good, I think. I'm fine. It's good.
You don't seem fine. You seem flustered, and you smell of gunpowder and brimstone, so I assume there was combat.
I mean, you should see the other guys, personally, but I'm fine.
Well, from the smell of you, your grandfather was there, so,
yeah.
The other guys probably don't look so good, I would assume, because he's a big fuck-off dragon.
I mean, the 3 other guys were also 3 very big dragons.
Yes, but are they as big as your grandfather?
No.
Then they don't count, in my opinion. I had to stare that man down and say I wanted to marry his daughter.
Must have been terrifying.
Yes, it was, especially being that he could incinerate me in a second.
The arm works.
I'm glad that it does. What the fuck happened to your arm exactly?
I I don't know. It's all kind of a blur to me. I was in between making sure people were okay and also trying to fight the other dragons.
No. Initially, how did you lose your arm?
Well, I got it, I think, like, a couple of days after my houseboat crashed here, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I was sent on a mission to follow the ThePaladinBelle out. You know, like when the whole, I think, Illithid stuff was happening here?
Yeah, I do want to clarify, just because, and I'm going to clarify this in, like, Discord as well. In universe, she would be called High Paladin Woodsheart.
High Paladin. Look, I'm in so many games, there's so many different versions of Belle.
Her name is always a variation of Paladin Woodsheart. It's always her last name.
I'm just gonna call her the High. We're just gonna assume I call her the High Paladin, and I'll call her the High Paladin from this point on. God, I'm trying to give a recap that won't make my mom shake me. Okay.
I
Doing the
understand.
best I can.
One of the reasons why I clarify is because I want to put distance between the streamer and the character.
Yeah. Of course, yes. Of course. The downfalls of having a character that's named exactly after you.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, I'm more named after her, but yeah.
So I went on a mission to go with the High PaladinBelle, who was sent to go scout somewhere, and we were told to go follow her when the Illithid stuff was happening, which I did. We were with a bunch of other people. I think visibly.
Yeah, Icarus can see visibly on their mother's face, like slowly but surely, like getting not angry, but more and more concerned every time you say something else. Like every time you continue the story.
It's not gonna get better. It's not gonna get better until I finish this out of character. It's not gonna get any better.
Yeah.
So we went there, and it was fine until it wasn't. Then the High Paladin got possessed by the Illithid. And I was the only one who lived out of everybody who went.
The High Paladin is dead?
No,
Oh.
she's fine.
Okay.
She's still alive. She did almost kill me, but she only took off my arm and my wing, so that's good. She apologized later. It's fine.
Well, I'm glad she at least said sorry, I guess.
She was trying not to kill me, and it was between, I guess, taking off a limb or killing me while under possession. So I don't know.
That does not console me in any way, shape, or form, Icarus. That's.
I know. We were, and then I don't know. I think after that there wasn't that much after that. I do have to relearn how to write. With my right.
Your mother will kind of turn you a little bit and like tighten a bolt to kind of reattach one of your nerves. This is an incredibly painful process. And she seems to tighten it just a little too much on purpose.
Icarus is being a very brave, very, very brave boy about it, but their face like scrunches up a little. But that was it, I think. Icarus is, I think you can put like roll some like kind of sense motive, like do or whatever. Icarus is not mentioning anything to do with Gustava.
Yeah, no, she kind of gives him this look and goes, are you sure that's it?
I mean, I think so. I think that was like the most of the peril that I was in anyway.
Well, you know, your sire, Arintha, is coming, and if she gets here and you aren't telling me the truth, or all of the truth, she'll get it out of the townsfolk.
I think, to Icarus's poor favor, there is like almost like a visible representation on her face of like the ... across her face.
Oh Lord.
I think, and probably an easy tell of like a as a parent can probably tell, there is something he is definitely not saying out loud.
What pronouns did we stick with this one?
All,
Okay.
any, all, any.
So Icarus's mom kind of turned them, and begin working on an automail wing.
Yeah.
Because she's like, no, you need both. One is not going to be sufficient for flying.
It's fine. Look, what if I'm on the ground for a little bit? It's fine.
What if you want to come home one day? You're gonna need both wings. The sea is dangerous, as we can tell by your boat crash. She will say in a very like passive aggressive manner.
Look, my boat was fine. I was just going wherever it happened to go, and where it happened to go just happened to be here.
And here, with the inability to leave again. She'll say as she tightens a screw into the nub that is your wing.
Great. Look, Elson, I think it's fine. I'll just fix up my boat again at some point. Which I probably need to do anyway.
So one thing that I will tell you about your boat when you crashed, the people of Wreckford, if you'll notice, kind of looking around at the town map, the houses are made from boat parts.
Oh no, my boat!
They took that fucker apart when you got here.
Icarus says that, and then visibly has been keeping a certain posture so nothing goes fucky with the stuff. I think visibly slouches a little bit at the realization that, oh fuck my boat.
Yeah. And she'll kind of straighten your shoulders out for you. If you move, this is going to hurt way worse. So be still.
My boat.
Yes, your boat was destroyed. You know, that's kind of what happens when you come to a village. Banished people. That's just what happens.
It took it all apart. Now what am I supposed to do? My boat.
That's why I'm building you a second wing, Icarus.
But I like that boat.
Yep. Build another one. There's plenty of trees here.
I guess. I don't know. Well, what if we take that one apart too?
Icarus, then you just don't get off the boat. You build the boat and then you leave.
I guess. I can't have anything here. I can't have an arm. I can't have a wing. I can't have my boat.
Well, I'm fixing both the arm and the wing part, and she'll kind of bear down just on the lower back where the wing attaches to the shoulder, and she'll kind of present a small bit of wood. Bite down on this.
Okay.
Before slowly pressing a screw into your nervous system and attaching the nerves to the wing.
God, I have to imagine, even though she's doing, they're doing their best to keep cool. There's at least a few people who have heard, at least a few, cries of pain from there and have just, exchanged side glances passing by.
Oh, absolutely.
Currently living.
As, kind of this conversation goes on, at the very end, you're kind of left with this mechanical wing. It's got these little vellum feathers that allow you kind of work the same way your regular wing does. Except they're not feathers. It's these large, almost bat-like dragon wing design.
Yeah.
And she goes,
almost like a leather.
Okay, that should do it. I used wyvern leather for the wing, so it should fly pretty well.
I appreciate it.
I had to hunt one of those fuckers down while you were gone gallivanting with your grandfather.
I didn't leave of my own volition. I was just kind of taken.
Yeah, he does that. He does that.
Are we sure it was him? I mean, it could be. I have no idea what happened.
Usually it's either him or the gods. So, either way, not anything we can do anything about.
Yeah.
So, Icarus, sweetheart, I need you to understand that we care about you enough to make sure that you're okay within the Dragonlands, and I need you to understand what's about to happen next is not your fault.
Oh, okay. Can I do the sense?
As she says this, the sound of dragon wings, and not just 2 dragon wings, like a regiment of dragon's wings can be heard flying overhead as the Crimson Dragon Brigade of the Free People's Army of UEs lands just outside of the small home that belongs to Icarus.
Icarus puts her hands on her face and just like kind of takes a seat.
In through the door is a tall, dragonborn woman in starch black armor. It's this matte black metallic armor that opens the door and kind of looks around and goes, "Where is my child?"
I think Icarus, he loves his mom so dearly with all his heart. I think is trying to meld into the chair currently and is only achieving sinking down further into it.
So the parental title that Arintha Organa, the high commander of the Free People's Army of UEs, the parental title that she told you to call her is Sire, because she doesn't consider herself your father, even though she was the one to help spawn you.
Yeah.
And she would kind of walk over and place her hand on your shoulder and go, lose your arm? You need a hand, kid?
I just got one, actually.
So what happened?
It got cut off.
Did you at least shoot the other guy?
The other guy who did this was the High ThePaladinBelle, who was very sorry and was also possessed.
You see her just kind of her face kind of scrunches when you say that, and she goes, Now when you say possessed, possessed with it, okay.
It was that or kill me.
Yep, so, no, I get you. I get that. I couldn't fight her if I wanted to, so...
I did fight her, technically, at a distance.
Yep. And she, gestures down to a large, bastard sword she keeps on her hip. I don't do distance, and she is way more agile than I am. So, not trying to fight the literal, champion of the goddess of war today.
I saw Grandpa.
Oh, good.
Earlier.
No wonder he was pissed.
Yeah. Saw him earlier. Beat up some dragons.
Yeah, I was at his house when apparently someone said his name around you. He scried in on the situation, was gonna send me. Realized it was 3 big fuck off dragons.
1 second. Somebody's home. I will be right back. I'm back. I got food now.
Welcome back. So Arintha just kind of goes, so he saw that it was 3 big fuck off dragons and said, you know what, no, I'll handle this. And, why were you attacked by 3 giant fucking dragons? What'd you do to piss them off?
Well, we just were kind of apparated into their area, and then they talked about eating us. And then I'm like, hey, you probably shouldn't do that. And then they said his name. And then he showed up and then we fought.
Yeah, and then they said his name and then became lunch, from what I understand.
Uh-huh.
So here is my feeling on the matter. You're an adventurer now, my dear child. And I know that trying to remember what voice I used to use for Arintha in the old campaign. I know that it's going to be difficult from time to time when monsters attack you, but you have to understand that sometimes we have to fight up close, and that's gonna result in you getting a few scars. Now, I know you weren't averse to that when you were a child. You used to fought a snake in our backyard once. It was fucking hilarious. You came running into the house because it almost bit you. But here is the main point of what I am trying to say. Don't do stupid shit. If you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes.
I'll have you know that I actually did not play stupid games. I won stupid prizes. Specifically in the time I lost my arm. I was actually being careful. After to be fair, it was not because I was fucking around and finding out. I was listening to people for once.
Okay, but like, who gave you an order to go and follow the High Paladin to a place where there were obviously Illithid when you were so inexperienced? Who gave that stupid fucking order, and whose ass do I need to shove my boot up?
You won't have to do that, because it was a doppelganger, I think. And they're no longer alive.
I see. And who were they taking over, by chance?
What's Gustav's guild, or what was his
the
guild?
Hall of Blades leader, Gustav Remington. Currently, it is run by Ruggs. Ruggs' character, Silas.
Okay. The former Hall of Blades guild master said, hey, go do this, even though the High Paladin was like, no, you don't have to. He said, go do it anyway. But apparently, somehow, I didn't know it was doppelganger at the time, but he was here, and apparently, he was also down in the Underdark, in 2 different places.
So, the doppelganger was up here, and the person was in the Underdark, more than likely.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I see. Yes, that makes sense. What have you spoken to Gustav since, do you think, have you spoken to Gustav since?
Like the real person?
Yes, the real person.
No, actually, I haven't. Between being here recuperating and what I was just doing, I haven't actually left. I've been mostly pretty busy after my boat crashed. I no longer have a boat anymore.
Yes, I did notice them taking it apart. We're going to head over to the Hall of Blades and speak to Gustav. I'm taking you with me.
He's retired. I don't know if he's still there or not.
Then we are going to go speak to a representative from the Free Army for the Hall of Blades. And we're going right now. Hello, we had to cut the recording for just a moment. Welcome in, Rugged Sauce, if you want to introduce yourself and the character we are having you cameo this evening.
Hello, everybody. My name is Ruggs, known as Rugged Sauce on Twitter and everywhere else, and Twitch. I am going to be playing Silas, a half-elf, at this point, half-dragon, fighter, dragon slaying.
So there are,
Sorcerer, paladin.
something I did want to address with you real quick, Ruggs. If you look up in the Pathfinder SRD, you look up the rules for being a half-dragon, you now gain the benefits of that.
Ooh.
So, that's a thing. So, we kind of pan in on the Hall of Blades. What is Silas doing right this second?
Likely, he's sorting through all the paperwork left over from Gustav.
Okay, so as you're kind of sorting through your paperwork and going through the Hall of Blades, you hear a sound that you have not heard in a very long time. It may trigger a small like fight or flight response. It is the flapping of dragon's wings, small dragon's wings, kind of like a battalion of flying dragonborn. As the Crimson Dragon Phalanx of the People's Free Army of UEs lands in the town square. your boss, Arintha Argana, seeming to bust into one of the homes briefly, and then coming out with Icarus and heading beeline for your office.
He's gonna just watch this from the window and he's gonna sigh. And he's gonna try and like, okay, shake it off. We're good. We're good. We're good.
You hear a very loud doo, 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 doo on your door before Arintha going, "I'm coming in," and then opening the door.
Figured you would.
Icarus is slowly walking behind her.
So, Silas, one thing that you will notice about Icarus now is that they have a full automail arm and a full automail wing to replace the two limbs that were removed from them when they were, let's say, disarmed.
Stolen from me by a sword.
It was an axe, actually. It was
an axe, yeah.
Arintha will just kind of look at Silas, and then, because she's in that full, like, military pose where, she's very clearly like, I'm still of higher rank than you kind of deal as she walks in. Attend hut.
He'll fucking salute.
Silas.
Give her the respect she's looking for.
Lieutenant Commander Silas.
Yes.
How goes your assignment within the Dragonlands?
We killed a god.
So I heard.
Yeah. A lot of people died. Not my fault.
I see.
But we're working on the paperwork on that right now.
Good to hear. Good to hear. I'm leaving some of the dragon phalanx with you.
Oh.
And also my child, and she'll gesture to Icarus.
I think was desperately fighting not to be seen. Hi. Hello.
He'll give a small, nod of acknowledgement to Icarus while he's trying not to piss himself because he realized he let Arintha's daughter lose a fucking arm.
And a wing.
Yeah.
And a wing.
So, I was informed of how my child lost their limbs.
That was before I was in charge.
I am aware. They told me. You're in charge now, though. You are the head of this Fighters Guild, I guess is what it is.
It seems that way, unless you want to send me somewhere else.
She'll raise an eyebrow. Not happy with your station, Silas.
Oh, no. Everything's fine. I've played like...
You may speak freely. I understand the Dragonlands are a shithole. I left for a reason.
You know what? It's honestly, it's not too bad. I've gotten so much stronger since getting here.
I figured you would. That's why I assigned you here. If anyone can make it down here, it's you.
Oh, thank you. But, we're doing our best. It's not the best assignment, but it's not the worst.
My mother has spoken highly of you as well, from what I've noticed. Arintha's mother is Thorian Hellqueen.
Yeah, that would.
Oh my god, Thorian Hellqueen's my grandma.
Yep.
Didn't realize you were on talking terms.
We patched our relationship up recently when we both went to a bit of a rager in the Moonshade Barony.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Are there any chairs in the office while they're talking?
Yeah,
there should be.
There are chairs. Silas, have you redecorated the office at all? Because otherwise, it's just like that one room in Ace Ventura When Nature Calls. It's just all the heads of all of them, hunted animals. It's just monster heads.
No, it's definitely a little clean. It looks like an office now.
Okay. Not a trophy room.
Icarus is just taking a seat while they talk.
Arintha will just kind of look over and go, "Your commanding officer did not give you a permission to sit down, Icarus. Stand."
Okay. Icarus stands up.
All right, now you can sit.
She's I think fights the urge.
You see, your sire, Arintha, is smirking, like she's trying to hold back a laugh, because this is a thing that she and Silas did to new recruits just to fuck with them before. on the
And I mean,
mainland.
I feel like Icarus has gone through like some kind of pseudo-militaristic training.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to be sassy right now. It's just gonna sit back down.
So, Silas,
Yes.
do you require resources of any kind?
Oh, do we?
That's up to you. What do you? This is the.
You
Arinta
did
has
lo-
come here to give you resources to make sure that her kid doesn't get hurt again.
You
Gotcha.
did lose like a shit ton of people from the Hollow Blades.
That's true. We did lose people, but I just heard about the battalion getting dropped off, so I'm less
Yeah, and the
worried
Free
about
Army
that.
and the Free Army has a much better track
super
record.
competent.
Yeah, the Free Army almost made it into Moonshade on like in an assault in like a war game. So like they're much more competent.
In actual war, they might have.
Yeah.
I know Arintha doesn't care about friendly fire.
No, not at all. So, if you need anything, and she'll set a sending stone on your desk.
Awesome.
This is a way to get back in contact with the Free Army. I see you've probably lost yours over the several months you've been down on assignment. Icarus,
Yes.
Forgot it at home.
I am entrusting you to be the Free Army's representative between me and Silas. If Silas
Okay.
needs anything, you are to report directly to him. Am I clear?
Yes.
Silas, I expect you will take good care of my child.
Of course. We've got an outing planned. We're probably going to go kill a Bayheer.
Really now?
Yeah, I don't
See,
know.
she is like when you say Bayheer, she becomes very interested in what you're saying.
There's one or two lurking around here. There's one in a temple of Utopia. That's the big goal.
You,
is clearing that out.
You don't happen to have any lodgings for foreign dignitaries here, do you?
We had a house or two open up.
Icarus, dear, darling,
Yes.
do you want to help me pick out a house?
Sure. I can do that.
Silas, as a matter of fact, instead of Icarus being your liaison to the Free Army, I will be the liaison to the Free Army, and my child will continue to work for you as a direct subordinate.
Do I need to do anything to obviously letting guys I've relieved? What would I roll to like do that in like a very quiet, subtle manner that it would not be noticed?
Is Icarus realizing that their mother is going to be staying here?
That's a 10. No, it's a very audible sigh.
Like, good. I don't have to be. Oh wait. What do you mean you're moving in next door?
Yeah,
It's-
it's the mother and sire kind of being like, yeah, no, we're both gonna move down to the neighborhood you moved into.
Icarus isn't too worried about them moving. It's just glad that the huge brunt of responsibility is mostly off of them. But yeah, I think Icarus is just looking between the two of them, just waiting, idly waiting for orders, I suppose.
I want the two of you to both roll me perception checks.
Pershneep?
Yes, Persneve.
Oh,
Both of
that's
you to roll me Persneve.
the one thing I don't have.
Perception.
Yes.
I thought it would be fun after a fun change of pace after Zephyr.
Fantastic.
That's a 9.
13.
So, Silas is the first one to hear it. Where you did hear the flapping of small wings, now you hear the beating of very, very, very large wings.
Oh no.
Silas, you have heard wings almost this size before. And your ears kind of probably perk up, because you may or may not be able to add to your collection soon. As a shadow passes over the town. A massive, draconic shadow.
Oh no. I think Icarus just like sinks into the scene a little bit.
Just outside, landing in the town square, which probably scares the ever-loving hell out of most of the town's inhabitants, is the ever-burning Ignis, the most powerful red dragon in the world.
Oh, we've seen Ignis before.
Yeah, I know.
Icarus is sinking further into the chair.
That was gonna shoot Icarus. Look like whole family here.
Icarus does not meet your eyes, looks at you, then looks away.
So as you say this, you see a giant yellow eye in your fucking office window.
Silas will open the window.
No.
Thank you, Silas. It's good to see you again.
Yeah. Turns out we didn't need your help for the thing.
What thing? Because I just killed 3 giant ancient dragons in the Underdark.
Oh, it was it the Jabberwocky?
Yeah, it was the Jabberwocky that he offered help with.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, the Jabberwocky, and subsequently, I think. No, the other one, the other giant red dragon.
Ah, my brother. Yes,
Yeah.
I did hear that you fucking killed him. I also heard that you cut his fucking wings off?
Just one.
Oh my god.
Good job. Good fucking
The other
job.
got torched.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Mhm.
So, I came to speak with my grandchild, but I do have a bit of an assignment for the both of you, if you're willing.
Uh-huh. Is this before or after you talked to me?
This will probably be after. We'll have a moment, and then Silas, if you're willing, you're gonna take my grandchild to investigate a thing for me.
Okay. No.
I see. Out of character, it seems less of a question and more of like a. This is me politely telling you that you're
Yeah,
gonna
this
do
is
this
this
anyway.
is like a near god going. You don't have a choice. You're doing this thing for me, or I'll torture town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Get
think
a vibe check from Arintha on the situation.
Arintha is like standing at attention. Like Arintha gets real scared when her father's in the room. Like he is a monster, literally. Like he does not have empathy, not a scrap of it in his body. And he just kind of looks at you and goes, "You're gonna do this thing for me."
Sure thing, Pops.
I feel like everyone, like the 2 people in there were standing at attention, and Icarus was like, I think half caught in like, if I hide into my mom well enough, my sire well enough, it'll be good.
Yeah. And in through the window, a single claw comes through, and he goes, "Climb aboard, Icarus."
Okay. I'll see you in a second, Silas.
And he will pull you back through the window. Silas, if you would like to try and recruit any other adventurers, if you don't mind, Void, because I did have a thing that I wanted to send Icarus on, but I realized that it's probably going to be a little more difficult with just Icarus. That's why I'm potentially inviting others, if you do not mind others invading your solo session.
It's fine. It's fun.
Awesome. Yeah, Silas. So I'm going to send you guys on a mission. If you would like to try and recruit other people while me and Void have a roleplay moment, you absolutely can.
Of course.
If not,
I'll go ahead and take a look.
Maybe Fro would be interested in joining.
He just kind of pulls Icarus out of the window and like opens his full palm so Icarus can like, instead of having to balance on one claw, you're just sitting in this like roof-sized palm.
Just
and kind of next to
chilling.
these buildings, you notice that like you can see the enormity of your grandfather as the ancient red dragon is now in like full swing of hay I need a thing from you.
Good. I think Icarus, sorry. I'm trying to talk.
No, I
and also
understand.
not make eat sounds.
I get it.
I think Icarus hasn't, up until now, did not fully realize, I don't, her, Grandpa's a huge-ass fucking dragon, obviously. I think they fully contextualize how fucking huge, up until it's like, wow, your hand is the size of a goddamn roof.
Yeah, it's the size of, like, a large roof.
Yeah. But no, I was just like, damn, I don't think Icarus has fully contextualized how fucking huge he is.
And he'll kind of look at you and go, so, you have been dealing with quite a lot lately. I've noticed that, and he'll kind of set you down on the roof in front of him, so that you're not, like, in his hand. And I know adventuring is hard, and I know that your sire and your mom being here probably a little more comforting. But if you ever need anything, and I know people that say I'm, a cruel old bastard, but you are my grandchild, and I would destroy the world for you, quite literally.
I've heard that, but I've never seen you like that.
I know you haven't, but you recently saw me in combat. I would burn the world down for you.
I don't think
if
Icarus,
you were to ask.
Yeah, I don't think Icarus has a response to that specifically. Just is looking at him attentive.
But I also know that you are a stubborn child, as you always were. And I know that you, as a person, are independent and ready and available to fight whenever when you are ready and able to fight whenever you see fit. So, I'm going to ask you, do you think you need help with this conquest that you may or may not be going on?
I mean, depends on what exactly I'm heading towards.
I mean with the bay here, little one.
Wait, we're doing that now?
No, I mean later. I was eavesdropping.
To be honest, I've kind of just been holed up in my house, and will indicate with the prosthetics, getting these on, and then
They look good. They look good.
Thank
Have
you.
You tested the wing out yet?
No, it's still kind of sore because everything just got finished getting put on, and it's.
He'll gently take the tip of your you know how people grab action figures that have wings and kind of manipulate them?
Yeah.
He will do this as this giant fucking creature, manipulate your wing and kind of spread it out. And you can feel this, it's attached to your nerves. So every time he moves your wing for you, it's this if you've ever had somebody move your arm for you, it's that uncomfortable feeling of
treating them like a little doll.
Yeah, essentially. Come on. We're gonna test it out.
Okay.
Okay. Now my question is Icarus going? Does Icarus protest this at all? This is his this is their grandfather. You do not have to do normally you're able to say no. Typically he when it's flying and things, when you were little and you were if you ever protested flying, he literally just threw you 100 feet in the air. It was fall or fly.
You gotta learn. Yeah. I think Icarus, despite being sore, is actually excited to fly because they can now, and I don't think she was expecting to actually be able to do that again.
Okay.
So yeah,
As you like
probably bite them in the ass later.
as you confirm, like yes or no, you want to fly. He will pick you up and throw you.
I was gonna jump.
Yeah, but this is more fun. And then he takes off into the air. So we're gonna
Oh
go
my
ahead and
God.
introduce our other two players that just joined. Miss Huffy, which character would you like to bring in to this particular session?
Arcadia answers the call for Ignis, the ever-burning.
Fantastic. And Venny, who are you going to bring in?
Yeah.
You're muted.
Who are you bringing in, Venny?
Hello?
Hello, I can hear you again.
Okay. Yay.
Just so
well,
you're aware, there's a massive 300-foot dragon in the center of Wreckford.
That just fucking tossed me in the air.
I mean, it's Ignis, right?
Yeah, it's Ignis the Ever-Burning.
Okay. Funnily enough, I think the mayor is in good relations with Ignis.
Yes, she is. So, Mayor says you see Ignis grab one of your newest residents and just chuck them into the air.
Icarus is like laughing and having a good time with it though. It was just probably really jarring seeing someone get tossed.
Yeah, it's that oh shit, there's a giant dragon. Oh shit, they're throwing my citizens.
Wait, why is the citizen laughing?
Yeah, and then Ignis takes off into the air after Icarus and is like does a lap around the city, like almost like a vulture flying over prey, which probably makes a lot of people in town very nervous. That's probably what Arcadia sees. That kind of probably attracts her to the city is a giant fucking dragon circling Wreckford.
Some poor citizen out there is like, why is that dragon chasing this new person that just came into town?
Yeah, Seth, how are
For some
you?
reason, there's a bull chasing a dragon.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's my internet or not, but you're lagging a lot on my end, but...
I think it's your internet.
Yeah, I think that's on your end.
So essentially,
Okay,
what Seth sees is one of your citizens, a newer citizen, specifically a new member of the Hall of Blades, grabbed by this giant dragon from the top window of the Hall of Blades building. The dragon talks to them for a second and then chucks them 100 feet in the air, and then goes off flying after them, and is now lapping the city like a vulture lapping its prey.
Okay. Well, first of all, Seth doesn't say anything because it says she's a very nervous rat.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Second, hey, my very large bird appears
Fantastic.
and tries to
Big
catch
fuck-off bird.
Icarus.
So what your big fuck off bird will notice is that Icarus is keeping time with Ignis, because Icarus now has two wings again. Icarus can once again fly.
Then Illy will just stay very high above Wreckford, as usual.
Yeah, just kind of flying high above Wreckford, watching this dragon
Yeah.
in case it attacks.
She's like, I want to imagine like at least 5,000 feet in the air.
Yeah, well, that's probably like right above. Like, you ever seen like an eagle fly over a flock of seagulls? That's kind of how your bird is with Ignis, except Ignis is like Ignis's wings. Every time they kind of go up, it forces your bird up because of the updraft.
I mean, my bird is also technically an air elemental
Yes.
familiar.
Yes.
So yeah.
So that's what you were. That's what you see. Arcadia.
Yo,
How do you react seeing Ignis kind of circling Wreckford?
I think Arcadia's probably gonna fly up and go say hi.
Oh yeah, because Arcadia also has wings.
Hell
Silas,
yeah, I got platinum wing.
Yes.
you see flying toward the big fuck off dragon, Arcadia. What do you do?
Brentha, I'll be right back. And he will take off out the window.
Okay. So now all of you are kind of flying up toward this big dragon. And he's like you see him, like, a dragon's smile is a very unsettling thing. But that's exactly what happens. You just see him bare massive fangs as he sees you guys flying toward him. Arcadia, you would probably be the first
Yes.
one to get, aside from Ili, who is the bird, to get to the dragon and Icarus. What you doing?
Should I roll CMB to try to bull rush hug this dragon?
No, you can. He will allow you to hug him. That's
Cool.
fine.
Yeah, he's gonna get fucking hugged right out of the sky.
Yeah, you tackle him, and he does not. He kind of moves to the he drafts to the side a little bit. And Icarus, I'm assuming you kind of keep pace with where he's flying. But you do see a fucking minotaur tackle your grandfather.
What's good, big man?
I think Icarus trusts that if this was a problem, Ignis would have
Swatted her
have
the
let
fuck
it
out
get-
of the sky. Yeah.
It would not have let it get that close.
Yeah.
So I think is just number one, mainly using this for practice of actually getting back used to flying again, but also keeping an eye on whatever the fuck is going on over there.
And he'll kind of look down and go, Arcadia, I see your wings have come in, little one.
You betcha.
Have you met
You're
my
freaking awesome.
Have you met my grandchild Icarus yet?
Have we met?
Icarus, you saved Icarus's life in Glassford.
That's right. Okay. Then yeah, we have.
Good.
I thought-
Good. Mm-hmm.
I thought Malady was in Glassford.
Oh yeah. So no,
Yeah.
you've not met
Okay.
Icarus yet.
Okay. I was kind of ready to go with it. Like, sure, yeah, totally. Yeah, no, I don't know who this is, but you look rad.
Yeah. Would you like to post the art of Icarus's current form, like what Icarus currently looks like?
This is a big work in progress. My art program takes 10 years to open up, but I will. I've done a bit of an overhaul. Still about the same short-ish height, short, nubby little horns with gold jewelry on them. Has one red dragon ring and then that a fake one.
And a mechanical wing.
Yeah, a mechanical wing. Is covered in so many scars all over. Has a red tail that ends in a little spade. But yeah, I posted the art so you can look at them. They use any pronouns.
So I think Arcadia, this big bull lady, looks you up and down and goes, "You look awesome."
Thanks. Who are you?
I'm Arcadia of the Mire. It's nice to meet you.
Nice
This
to
is
meet-
a
I'm
friend of mine.
I'm Icarus. I'd shake your hand if I was not focused on this.
It's he just got their wings back.
Ah, nice. Congratulations.
Thanks. They literally just got put in. I know they're gonna be sore by the time I get down from up here. It's nice to meet you.
Likewise.
Okay. And he'll kind of begin to lead everyone down to the town square, and he'll land and curl in so he doesn't break any of the fucking buildings.
Appreciate it.
And he goes, no problem. So if everybody wants to pull their attention to the world map in the Discord, or not the Discord, in the
Roll20.
Yeah, the Roll20. So here's a thing that you can kind of see on the map. It says point of interest.
Point of
Yeah.
interest.
So Ignis kind of will scroll out a small map. It's, tiny in his hands, but it's a big fucking map for you guys of the area. And it's old. It's an old fucking map. And he'll point. He goes, there is a place here. It's an ancient ruin, and I need you folks to go and scout it for me.
Uh-huh.
Sure.
Should you do this, I will reward you handsomely for your efforts. It'll be a good actual intro for Icarus as far as their adventuring career.
I think were it anybody but like their grandfather, like I think Icarus at scouting missions at the moment has like some kind of apprehension, but it's fine. She trusts her grandfather. It's good. But you can continue. I just had that thought.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm just shooting someone a message really quickly.
Yeah.
So, you get this. He like looks you over and goes, I understand. If you are apprehensive or afraid.
She's looking at him with full trust in like her entire expression.
And he'll like look down to Arcadia and Silas and kind of knowingly over to Sess because he knows the bird.
Yeah.
I know these folks, and I know that they are they're
Capable.
trustworthy.
Ah.
And yes, Arcadia, I would call you capable.
Oh, thanks.
I would also call you fucking crazy sometimes, but...
What? I am the most sane out of everyone in Redford.
Yeah, sure. By the way, Cess is already there and might have used invisibility to get there.
Yeah, well, you know from experience, Cess knows anyway, from experience, that this dragon knows exactly where you are, invisibility or not.
Yeah.
And he kind of looks each of you over and goes, I will not lie to you. There is a possibility that there are dangerous entities within the point of interest that I'm sending you to. It's been a very, very long time since I've been there, but it used to be called Silvercrest City. It was the birthplace of the race known as the Scale Kin, the half-draconic race that Arintha is. During the Gods' War, it was a foothold we used to beat back many, many evils. It is also the first foothold on your way to what I understand is a next objective, the Temple of Utopia.
Oh, yes. It certainly is. Have we met General Arintha yet? Of the army?
So, Silas has, because that was Silas's boss before coming to Reckford.
Oh,
and
see.
Icarus has, because that's Icarus's sire.
Oh, General Arintha's rad. You got
Icarus is the world's most dragon nepo baby I think I've ever seen.
So
Yeah.
Think of it this way: it could have been Thorin's kid.
She's my grandma.
Yeah, Thorin is the grandmother of Icarus.
Oh, word. Yeah, that makes sense actually.
And so the General Arintha actually comes, out of the Hall of Blades to join you folks, and kind of looks over and goes, So, Silas, I assume my grandfather has given you a mission. Since,
Yep.
he kidnapped what the when did very suddenly a group of people get here? Like, she looks at all of you very confused.
Arintha, this is
Hello.
Arcadia.
This is
General
This is the Minotaur that helped you wrestle the dragon to the ground.
Yeah.
Which dragon?
Big fucking red one.
So many.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure's mine, and she'll offer her hand.
Yeah, handshake. Big strong
She
one.
will. She squeezes your hand a little too tight. If you'd like, you may make a combat maneuver to see who's.
Does she count as a dragon?
Yes, she does.
Cool. Add 4 to this.
Okay.
Yeah, 35
All right.
versus CMD, or contested.
It's going to be
depending.
contested.
Cool.
Are we still open? Or yeah, capacity for people?
Say what?
Crow's interested.
We are not at capacity. He absolutely can come in. Hello, welcome, Crow. So as Arcadia, what you realize, I didn't roll that with her plus 24. So what is add 24 to that 14?
38.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So Arintha will she's a 20th level adventurer. Arintha will
Slightly
squeeze your
better.
hand and kind of
Slightly
look at you
better.
and go, "Good grip you got there."
Thanks. I'm really good at wrestling dragons as it happens.
Holy fuck, you both rolled the same number.
Uh-huh.
Yes, we did. And someone happened to have a plus 24.
20th level.
I only have a
20th
plus
level.
20. I only have a plus 21.
Well, in
and
the
it's
9
because
more levels, I'm sure your bonus will be huge.
I'm a dragon punching expert, and I didn't have a high enough bonus.
So she kind of looks at Crow. Welcome to the session. Huffy is attempting to out handshake a familiar NPC to you, General Arintha Argana, the Dragonborn general of the People's Free Army of UEs. The big fuck off red dragon lady that absolutely owned Gort when you guys were like level 2.
Her.
Yeah.
Gort isn't holding much of a grudge, but I am.
But you, the player, are. And also with them is Ignis the Ever-Burning, just in the fucking middle of town. This massive fuck-off dragon just sitting in the center of town.
By the way, out of curiosity, is she shaking the ruby hand or a regular hand?
The regular hand.
Okay.
She put out the opposite.
Also, side note, I want to imagine that says the moment she got time to do mayor things, and knowing that Rekford was a place important to dragons now that there's a hatchery here, she would have been like, at the very least, put posters and signage of, hey, these are allied dragons. They are welcome here. Do not be alarmed by them if they arrive.
I think everyone in any capacity, pretty much period, is alarmed when Ignis appears anywhere other than where he normally sleeps. But like
either way, but yeah.
Other dragons, yeah. I could agree with I could agree that people are like, oh yeah, these are like allies. But when Ignis appears, it kind of scares people.
Yeah, like, holy fuck, I did not know he was that big.
Yeah, it's he's bigger than your town is, like when he's full wingspan.
Yeah.
Now. He's a big bastard. But yeah. So, Crow, which character are you bringing into today's adventure?
Well, it's either Rheinkos or Roderick, and considering Rheinkos is not doing too hot. I think the boy deserves a break, so looks like we have a short man with an obsession with axes today.
Yeah, so Roderick sees, probably for the first time ever, no, because Roderick's from Hammerholm. Roderick, you see fucking Ignis the Ever-Burning, which is a very familiar sight from back home for you.
Roderick just looks at Ignis, and it takes just a little bit longer for it to click that Ignis isn't in Hammerholm.
Yeah, which is scary, just in general.
Roderick is sort of looking around the various people who are talking to Ignis, and also at Ignis, and he's depending on if Ignis would remember a 2-bit blacksmith.
I mean, drones are very smart.
Yeah, especially
They are.
this one, as old as he is.
They are very smart and very wise. I'm just wondering if they would remember Roderick, who probably didn't get to the more fancy parts of town.
So here's the thing about Ignis the Ever-Burning. Ignis the Ever-Burning lives in the bottom plate of the city, which is attached to the slums. His, snoring lit your forge every day. He lives
so
in a
then-
lava pit at the base of the mountain.
So then Roderick is in fact very worried now. And
Yeah.
he just looks over at Ignis and concerned, not even bothered to be masked, just so might I ask how things are back home?
Things are good enough for me to leave the mountain.
I'll take that at face value then.
Besides, I have a new youngin' who's keeping the forges lit.
Oh, well, that's sweet. Having a youngin's always a nice thing.
Yeah. More dragons in the world is always good. How have you been, Roger?
Well, I can't say I've been too bad. Decided I'd, try and teach my youngins how to, get out there, make a name for yourself. So I figured I'd come out here to the frontiers, sending letters back after every, few weeks or every notable event.
Fantastic. I'm sending a few of these folks, and he'll kind of gesture to the group, on out to an adventure, if you would so kindly accompany them.
Yeah, that sounds like a good old time. Anything you recommend I bring along? Specific snacks, maybe?
Rope, lanterns. Not for you guys, because most of you can see in the dark, but just kind of to hang in the city.
I mean, lanterns are a good way to mark where you've been, so might as well pick up some on the way out.
So here's the thing about the city itself. It's a mountain. It's built into the mountain, and the main entrance has been sealed from the outside. The only way in is through the top.
Now that's totally not a bit concerning at all.
The reason that it was sealed from the inside is because during the Gods' War, the Illithid were beginning to overtake the mountain. From what I understand, it should be cleared out, but probably monsters have taken root within the mountain, and having you folks there to at least scout the first 2 or 3 floors would be a boon to all of us, I think. And once you have scouted the place, you can send in less experienced folks to get a more detailed handle on things. I just want to see what the danger level is by sending in more experienced people.
It's a good call.
Yes, I was told.
Oh, that's mighty better.
I was told of your predecessor's fuck up, Silas.
Well, I believe we figured out that was a doppelganger that made that call.
Yeah, I heard that too. Is that doppelganger still alive by chance?
Oh, no. I think Karme killed it.
Something anti-material tank.
Yeah, it's
Or
a
sorry, anti-tank rifle.
Wait, yeah.
So
either way.
Cho killed one,
The anti-tank rifle. I
and then the
genuinely
anti-tank
Yeah.
rifle killed the other one.
Got it. So Karme, not Cho, because she was off on
Yes, yes, Karme.
Ember Haven.
Yes.
Yeah.
Karme came in and just fucking wrecked that motherfucker.
Yeah.
And he kind of nods and goes, "That's a shame. I would have liked to have burned it to death."
I mean, I can reincarnate it and then you can burn it. Maybe.
Do it right
Maybe.
now.
Can I get any
No
remains
balls.
of the dead creature?
Yeah, absolutely. Its remains are
Okay.
I believe, Silas, what did you do with the remains? Because I do believe Karme just kind of left it dead in your office.
Goddamn.
Aren't they made of ink?
Partially, but they're also made of people.
Oh, fair enough. It's made of people. Soylent Green is people.
So, Silas, what did you do with the corpse that was in your office?
The corpse would probably be either buried or burned already.
Okay.
Okay. let's
Unless we
say
have like a
burn.
dumpster.
Yeah, you do. You have a
Do we have a
dumpster.
corpse dumpster?
You absolutely can have a corpse dumpster.
Okay. She's just going to go over there, cast
Yeah.
reincarnate.
So-
Hmm?
Just generally, just cast it at the corpse dumpster.
No. I assume that at the very least she keeps track
Okay.
of who is who,
Yes. Okay.
just for her own peace of mind.
All right. So, being that this was made from severed parts of Gustav, something
Oh,
interesting
no.
happens.
Oh no!
Oh yes.
Something very
Second
interesting
Gustav.
happens. Yes, actually, there is now standing in front of you a malformed second Gustav. It's like half doppelganger, half Gustav, but it can't transform, and it just stares at you like, "What did you just do to me?" As that is the doppelganger's soul that was attached to the arm now.
I mean, reincarnate gives them a brand new body entirely.
So it would.
Yeah, like they become another race even.
It would if it were not already an abomination of nature.
Okay.
The gods are basically saying,
Yeah.
this one deserves to suffer.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah.
And so Thorin, or you hear in kind of the back of your mind the web weaver kind of go, "Leave it be. Retreat."
Let it be.
Like, she's telling you to run, because very suddenly things begin to get very hot behind you.
Behind me?
Behind you, because you're standing in front of the corpse dumpster where the reincarnated creature is.
Yeah, she's getting away.
Just gets the fuck out of Dodge. You guys see kind of, if you've ever seen like Godzilla's like tail begin to like charge up where the spikes begin to glow, it's the underbelly of Ignis, like from like the bottom of the throat, and then it's like flame begins to show under gills and then on the sides of his mouth, and then he just expels a torrent of flame just on top of this creature in a line, scorching the ground beneath it as it is glass beneath the consistent fire that has now turned this creature to ash.
I think while this badass display of fire is happening, Arcadia is like off to the side talking to Orintha and is just like, "So you come here often?"
Icarus, Arcadia is
yeah?
hitting on your sire. What are you doing?
Icarus is currently hiding, probably, cause like, I imagine Icarus has some, like, weird unprocessed feelings about the guy
Uh-huh.
who basically So it's probably like with like tail twitching.
Hiding behind your grandfather as he burns this thing to death.
No, I think hiding behind mom, because I assume mom is like giving it a little bit of distance.
Yeah, your vampire mom actually is out now as well, with a veil and shit on. So you could probably hide behind her.
Yeah, actually, I'm choosing not to perceive the hitting on happening because I am with my vampire mommy.
And you see your vampire mom she pats you on the head and offers you a cookie and goes, "Yeah, figured that would happen. Your grandfather's a bit of a hothead."
Yeah.
And she just kind of nods and goes, "So where are you off to now, son?"
Apparently we need to go check out a city, and I think Icarus would explain the mission given to them.
You hear her take just the deepest of breaths, and then just, mother. You can't have one easy day, can you, sweetheart?
It'll be okay. I'll be fine.
Silas, you get this dwarven woman, dwarven vampiric woman, kind of cuts you a look, like, if you let my kid get hurt again, I will fucking kill you.
It wasn't in charge when that happened.
As she kind of walks over to Arintha and goes, "Come on, dear, we need to go find a house. These nice people need to go do their jobs." She says pointedly at Arcadia.
Huh? You say something?
And she's just kind of she's not aggressive toward you. She is passive aggressive, however.
What did she say?
She said to Arintha they need to go find a house, and then kind of pointedly, not to you but at you, said, "Come on, these nice people need to go do their jobs," and then walked away from you with Arintha.
Yeah, Arcadie's gonna stick her tongue out.
Arintha will like wink as she walks away.
Oh, shucks.
And the two of them kind of head out. And now you guys, we're gonna do a thing that we haven't done in a while. We're gonna roleplay travel for this set of missions.
Yes, let's go.
I have a quick question about that half dragon.
Yes.
That's a lot of stats.
Yeah, it is. We can do that later.
I've got it already on the sheet,
Uh-huh.
ready to go. If that's actually what it is.
Send me the link real quick so I can just double check and verify.
Yeah, because I have it in like a temp category, just ready to go.
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind, just send it to me.
Yeah.
In private chat.
Sending it now. No.
God, I
Fine,
feel like
DMs work.
Icarus just expecting. Oh, I don't know what I was expecting, but suddenly there are lots of people. Suddenly, and way too many of you apparently know my parents. My parents, my grandparents.
I mean, now I do.
Your sire is my boss.
I'm gonna be real good friends with your son.
She stormed into my house and not yelled at me, but like grilled me about what happened.
So sorry.
The ability increases will half for a player character.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but yes, you do get all of that shit. Except for the
last bit.
Yeah, the last bit is not a thing.
That's what I figured.
But the skill increases and the rest of it do. Arcadia, you also get all of this stuff. I gotta send that to you as well. The benefits of being a half dragon.
Oh shit!
Wait, what? Half dragon?
Yes.
Nice.
This just made me
Oh
realize
my.
I've been neglecting to buy stuff for Icarus so long. Icarus still does not have anything.
Yep.
So I'm going to input just some basic survival gear
Yeah.
while we do this.
So, here is what I need from each of you. Tell me what method of travel you would like to take to get to your point of interest.
I
mean,
I
I
have
vote
the
flight.
bird. Yeah, flight.
I think the only one of you that cannot fly is Roderick.
I'll carry
No, he can
Roderick.
fly with me.
Yeah, Roderick would need to be carried, and he is. I don't think I gave him a haversack, so he is just.
Big
he is
backpack.
just. Yeah, big backpack. He's dealing with all the weight of his many, many axes.
I will say, Illy, my very big bird, is large size, and because she's an elemental familiar, and I chose air, I believe she counts 2 sizes bigger for the sake of flying.
Yes.
So you'll be fine.
Okay. So 1 day's worth of travel will get you worth of flight will get you to Old Palutia, which is the ruined city within the forest.
I raised my hand.
Yes.
So I imagine, after, we finally sit down to rest, Icarus is going to be one sore ass motherfucker.
Yeah, absolutely. You are sore as fuck. So we're kind of gonna we pan in after the first day of flight, in this I think that the Hall of Blades, and Silas, you would kind of know the signs to this, because I think this was probably a thing that you did as I'm pretty sure you had discussed it with me, where you wanted to make forward operating bases in certain areas of high danger so people could be safe.
Yeah.
So you would see this this building that had obviously been a mini fortress that doesn't quite have a roof on it, where there are, not Hall of Blade members currently, but very obviously they have set up kind of a safe house area for you guys to rest within. Still gonna have to whip your tents out as far as to protect you from the elements, because
Mhm.
again, there's no
Sorry,
fucking
whip your
roof.
what out?
Tent.
Hence,
Oh, okay.
I heard tits.
whip your tits out.
I definitely
Oh yeah,
also
hon,
heard
get your
tits.
tits out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just thought of something to ask Arintha for.
Yes.
Sending
Is it
stones
tits?
for forward scouts.
Oh.
Yeah, actually, she can. So what she'll do before you guys leave is she'll provide each of you with earrings, and these earrings are small sending stones that don't limit you to the certain number of words. They're just communication earrings that attach to one another.
Okay.
And she kind of gives each of you one. And she'll go, I can have an enchanter come down here and have whatever local enchanter you use learn how to make these. Where should I send the our Magus?
My wife can enchant things.
Arcadia's wife.
So this is more of an alchemy thing.
Oh. I think there's a couple rats in town.
There's 2 individuals. There's Carme, who refuses to give me her last name, and then Melody, who I don't know if she even has a last name.
First name Miss, last name Malady.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and-
Sis just thinks Melody is the name.
Yeah, and she'll just kind of nod and go, well, I have 2 Maguses. I can have them both taught how to make the communication earrings.
If you see a rat, just pick one up and talk into it.
That's me though.
She just reaches down and snatches one off the ground.
Damn.
And goes, I need to contact Miss Malady. And she lets it go. Huffy. Does Malady respond?
Yes. She probably just shows up on her cute little bike.
She just appears, rings.
Silas has no idea how the rats work.
Arintha,
I want
seeing
to-
this little rat kind of pull up on her bike, will just kind of go,
Hello.
That was fast. How does that work?
Some of my rats are very fast. Some of them are just kind of regular. The rat comes to me and delivers the message you sent, and I show up on a bike, which is faster than walking.
Can I do it with that rat? And she'll point to Cess.
I mean, it'll take longer, I think.
So I can't just pick that one up and talk into it, and then.
Well, here,
Like I
check
did
this
the
out.
last
And she'll take the rat that went and got her, and will boop the tattoo on its belly or back or whichever it's using, and then hand it over and say, "Now try." And if she does, it'll just play a memory of her meeting her mom or some shit like that. Like most recently, it's just like a cherished memory or something like that, just to share, just as a description of what it does.
Yeah, and then she'll just kind of nod and lean over to this. What you'll all have noticed is that in the time that kind of it took Malady to appear, next to Arintha is, and Icarus, you'll recognize this person, is one of Icarus's siblings, a lithe blue dragonborn, in long robes, kind of a breastplate over the robe, with a hood up. And Icarus, this is your sister, Medea.
How serious is she looking right now?
She is here because she was summoned to teach people how to make those little earrings. That is her.
Can I tackle her to the ground?
Yeah, absolutely.
Can I run tackle her to the ground?
Absolutely, you can. And she will hug you back and chase and roll around and go, "Icarus, I got a job to do."
Yeah. Hey, check this out, and just shoves mechanical hand in her face. Look what I got.
She'll nod and lift the one of her pant legs and show mechanical leg.
But
Me too.
I can never have an original experience. God dang.
When did yours happen? Mine got bit off by a fucking baby.
Don't say alligator. Okay, cool.
Mine got cut off. Oh, also my wing got cut off earlier. But it's fine now.
That's
I got new ones.
I wish I could get wings. Notably, your sister was born without them, which is an abnormality in Dragonborn in UEs.
Well, maybe I don't know, but no, it's fine. It's cool. Your leg looks very cool.
Thank you.
I'm still very sore. These were just put on today, and oh my god,
I bet you're sore. That sucks.
I imagine Icarus is where it was put in is still kind of a little red and
it's a little red. It's so for you it's purple because that's the color your blood is.
Yeah.
And you both hear just as your mother clears her throat.
Bless you.
Okay, I'll talk to you later. Icarus gets up.
And
Arintha
Arintha kind of nods at the both of you and will smile and go, "It's good to see you get along with your siblings."
I sucked my sibling in the arm once before skittering off.
And she'll kind of look over to Malady and go, "Miss Malady, this is my daughter, Medea. She is a magus, and she's quite proficient with alchemy. She made these, and she'll show you the little Secret Service earring.
Oh, lovely.
They are communication stones that you can attach to your ear and use to contact party members."
Excellent. How much does it take to reproduce? Would you say?
And she kind of goes into the magus will start talking rambling very quickly. "Oh well, if you have a lot of Orsinium and you can kind of put the Orsinium together with the sending spell and the message spell, and those two spells together allow you to make this almost infinite loop of being able to speak to one another as long as you have two earrings that are attached to one another, and you can attach up to 12 of them." And she's talking very, very quickly, not taking a breath. She's very excited to talk about this.
Can I roll a stealth to say that's nerd shit under my breath?
Absolutely, you may.
Malady would like to roll perception.
Okay, go ahead.
I have.
That's the wrong one.
Fuck.
That's perception.
Oh yeah, Malady absolutely notices.
I think she makes eye contact but doesn't say anything.
It's said with love, but also it's affectionately teasing.
Yeah, siblings teasing one another.
I guarantee Mom heard that though. I feel like that was not high enough.
Yeah, no.
to get
Arintha
that.
also. Arintha,
Right.
you feel like very gently. Arintha like puts her hand on your shoulder and then presses her thumb into your like bruised shoulder.
Ah! Ow!
But yeah, so you need Orsinium. Sorry, I talk really fast. You need Orsinium.
Yeah, all right.
You need Orsinium.
And-
for this.
How much of it would you say?
And she'll kind of look around and go, well, actually, and she'll gesture to the point on the ground where Ignis had burned into the ground. That chunk there should do.
Oh, word. And she'll head over and go start collecting it.
It is
Would
a
this
12-pound massive chunk of Orsinium, by the way.
Okay, she might not be able to pick it up herself, so she's probably going to have the Magus helping.
Yeah, she absolutely will.
But would the Magus be interested in helping teach how to make it in Melody's school?
She Medea will kind of look back to Arintha, and Arintha will sigh and nod and go, as long as you pay her, yes, she can come work.
Of course. I pay everyone. Do you like cheese?
You see her like light up. Do you also have wine?
Yes, I have both of those things.
Yes.
Come. We
cheese
will
and
we will
wine.
be good friends. We will be good friends.
She'll like run over and hug Arintha, and then hug Icarus and go, guess who's moving down here?
That hurt! Where are you gonna live?
Apparently at this school with this rat.
Hello.
Wait, he's gonna talk about nerd shit?
I mean,
Yes.
probably.
Talk about nerd shit all day, and she'll keep making eye contact.
Oh shit. Intense
Anyway.
eye contact.
Intense.
Anyway, I
Hunter.
live in town. I'm not telling you where I live. You'll have to find that on your own, but I'm sure it won't be a problem.
Yeah, Mom will probably tell me. It'll be fine. I'll see you. And she'll like follow Melody.
The sound of a bike like ringing as she leaves.
I stick my tongue out behind my sibling as like my sibling turns around to walk off.
Your sibling will cast a spell that is not a Magus spell. She is 4 levels Magus, 4 levels Paladin, as she casts Summon Mount and rides off on the back of a Drake.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, good for her.
But yeah, so Malady, you are now able to use make the Secret Service earrings, and a black dragonborn will then visit Karme, also a sibling of Icarus's, and she kind of will knock on the hospital door, for Karme. Does Karme answer?
Yes, she would. Well, yes, she would. She doesn't want to interrupt anyone working or learning in the hospital university place.
Okay.
That is not herself.
She'll smile. This other Magus will smile and kind of offer a hand and go, my name is Teresa. I am a Magus of the People's Free Army of Ignis. I was told that a woman named Karme lives here.
Well, who's looking for her?
As I said, I am a Magus. I am here to teach how to make these, and she'll show the Orsinium earring.
Interesting. So you're looking to teach Karme specifically, or to teach in this university?
To teach you. I was hired to teach, or whoever Karme. I was hired to teach Karme how to make these for the town of Frankfurt, and then I will be returning
Alright.
to the mainland.
All right, come in. I'll show you to her office.
Okay.
And she leads her around in a very roundabout way to her office.
Okay.
Open the door,
She
enter, and
follows-
sit on her chair.
She follows unscathed by this. Her mother is Arintha. Arintha does this shit all the time. Arintha and Silas have this like running joke with new recruits where they will go where Arintha will go, your commanding officer didn't tell you could sit down, and then she'll like look at Silas, and then Silas, your response to that usually is what?
Oh,
You bullied me about it earlier.
Uh-huh.
Bullied.
you heard her.
But
It's-
yeah,
And then wait for them
eventually.
to stand up, and then okay, now you can sit.
But yeah, eventually Carme will lead her to her own office and then sit on her chair.
And
be like-
she will explain that you need a material known as orsinium, which is essentially glass created from when a concentrated blast of dragon breath, specifically from a purple or red dragon, or gold or brass, the ones with fire or plasma breath, hits the ground for long enough to turn it to
Yeah.
glass. It turns it to this beautiful green glass that is about the same shade of green that an orc's skin is, hence why it's called orsinium.
Have y'all tried casting Dragon's Breath on multiple people and targeting a single spot to try and replicate that
We have,
phenomenon?
but it makes... You know the difference between cubic zirconia and diamond?
Yeah.
That's the difference in quality.
Got it.
It works, just not to a standard that would work for this magic item.
Understood.
I was gonna say, like, damn, I don't think there actually is that much of a difference, like, really, between
Depends.
zirconium and diamond.
Depends on the purity you can get on zirconium.
Yeah, but like, it's the type of difference you find in a fancy little microscope thingy. It's not the
It's-
kind of difference that.
Yeah.
It's different than like lab made versus natural diamonds.
Yeah. It's essentially the difference between
Those are real close, but
Yeah.
cubic zirconia is a little different.
and that's kind of the difference. False orsinium, which is what what Kadame just proposed. It's called false orsinium or fool's orsinium. That can be used to make magic. It can be used to make magic items, but it does not quite hold the same type of spells that the earring requires. Like, the best thing that you can make, like one of the best things that you can make with Fool's Orsinium is armor. It makes really strong, almost mithril strong, like, plate armor. And it's very, very light. It's
Very good to
people
know.
use that for battle mage armor.
Gotcha.
Very good to know.
And she'll kind of go through the same spiel as Medea gave, kind of explaining the spells necessary and the components necessary to make these little earrings.
Well, I'm much more I personally know how to brew potions somewhat well in comparison to my peers, but this sounds pretty doable.
Fantastic. I will stay to assist with instruction. But I will say that both Kadame and Miss Malady now have the ability to, as long as you have the material, create communication earrings.
Got it.
So we pan back in kind of to the party as you guys arrive at the safe house. What are each of you kind of doing as you arrive within the safe house? It is a large, walled area. It's like large as far as like surface area wise goes. It's about a little less than an acre. Kind of vine covered, old ruin with, their rusted weapons leaned up against the walls, kind of encased in vine, what is left of the vines. But then new weapons that have been set out on like posts for like guards to take. The banner of the Hall of Blades, whatever the new symbol is for rugs, whatever you have, like created as the new banner for the Hall of Blades. You absolutely can like you can. That's what you kind of have as your, they're put up to signify this is a safe house. What are each of you doing, kind of, to prepare the camp for the first evening?
I don't know why I spoke at first when I don't have. I think just setting up and like getting a good, I guess like walking around the area to get a good idea of where we're at.
Okay. I don't have the map anymore, I don't think. Like the map screen. I think I deleted it because I thought I would never use it again. But you know that area where you fought that big fuck off dragon with the vine beast?
Uh-huh.
That's where you are.
Oh, yeah, I think probably at some point just like staring around at the area almost in awe. So I think I remember it did look really pretty, even if it was like a place we had to fight something.
Yeah, I'm gonna recreate it like for my own like touches and things. But yeah, it is a beautiful area. There are like gossamer threads of sunlight that come through the trees, and like there's this massive like broken tower where you guys were where the like the arch druid once sat, like her corpse once was. The area you were in is this large, almost garrison looking building. This is the building that Midas sat on top of and shot arrows at the dragon from.
Yeah.
And you guys are kind of able to camp out there. If you would like, you can take first watch for that.
Yeah.
Silas, what are you doing to kind of get camp set up?
Probably setting up tents.
Okay.
Fire's pretty easy considering this group.
Yeah.
He's probably just, getting wood for a fire and helping get the tents and stuff set up.
Okay. You absolutely can do that. Arcadia, what are you doing as far as like getting camp ready? What kind of camping activity would you like to do?
Arcadia would like to hunt something to eat and subsequently cook.
Hell yeah, hunting for rations. All right, so make me a survival check, please.
You got it. 28.
Okay, so here is what your options are. Arcadia can be hunting there's a bunch of large game in this area, specifically megafauna.
Hell yeah.
Are in this. There are like massive elk. There are giant snakes. There are giant snails that actually make really good food. There are these like big massive turtles. What kind of food would Arcadia like to have hunted down for the evening? Fishing is also an option here. You are right by a beach, so you can get like giant fish to eat.
I think of the ones you mentioned, elk is probably the best. Or like a giant elk would be awesome, but
Yeah,
also
it is
maybe
a
giant bear.
No, giant bear. You'd have to go up toward the Everfall Mountains to find.
Yeah, that's fair. Let's go with giant elk then.
Okay. So what I need you to do is just make me another survival check to see if you can nab the giant. Yeah, 24 will do it. Yeah, you guys here. Arcadia, please describe how you nab and finish off this giant elk.
So I think like if anyone's watching her hunting technique, she's actually like kind of sneaky for what she is and like how she exists. So she just kind of goes through the swampy area, and she's actually especially good in the swamp. I think Ghost is the distraction, and then there's suddenly a giant flaming hammer knocking this thing to the ground and turning it into smash burgers.
Yeah, absolutely. You can fucking knock the hell out of it. Do you keep the antlers? Because they are massive.
Yes, absolutely.
Fantastic.
I know a good number of people that would be happily putting that into a weapon or just decor for a house.
Yeah, absolutely. It makes really good like grip for a weapon.
So I have set up a craft skill for craft meal for if we needed a cooking roll.
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind.
Absolutely. We got a 20.
Yeah, you have a fucking phenomenal meal here. And if you would like, you can actually get a 23 by taking 10.
Sure, I'll take 10 and get some delicious elk burgers.
Yeah, you get you guys are eating real good tonight, and you can get another solid 3 days worth of food out of this giant elk.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so Sess, what are you doing to help set up the camp for the evening?
I want to imagine that Tess herself is setting up her pavilion tent for 10 people.
Fan-fucking-tastic.
And then setting up her portable bathtub, and then taking a bath. And her bird is just high above, keeping watch.
Wonderful. And finally, Roderick, what are you doing to kind of to be able to set up here?
Well, Roderick's sorry, something in my throat there. Roderick's having a bit more of an issue hunting these days, so he's not gonna help with food. He's also gonna help try and set up tents. Mostly because, worst comes to worst, if we're missing a tent pole or something similar. Roderick has plenty of axes. He can help get firewood and, quickly whittle out a new tent pole if need be.
Yeah. So there are 5 of you, and there will need to be 3 watches. So who would like to volunteer to be the first 2 to take watch?
I'll take the first. I'll be one of the people on first watch.
I'll watch.
Okay. Would you two like to have a roleplay moment while during your watch?
I don't know. I feel like it would be neat, but I have no idea what Icarus would talk about outside of apologizing for her.
I mean,
her
you could absolutely start that way.
Yeah. I feel like it's probably Icarus might be like really outgoing most of the time. Is like caught between that and being awkward on odd occasion.
Yeah.
But at some point, like during the watch, we'll just look over at Saska. Sorry about my mom breaking in to your office earlier.
Technically, she's still my boss, so no problem. I'm used to it.
Yeah, she broke into my house.
You know how she is.
Yeah, she broke into my house earlier after my mom finished up my arm and my wing.
Nice arm, by the way, and wing.
Thank you. I am sort of all hell. It just got put on, and it's still really tender, but it's nice to have. It's really nice to have my limbs back, at least in some capacity.
Yeah, how like dexterous is it, I guess? Like, you got your full range of motion back?
I mean, yeah, it's pretty much just like, it's touched my nerves. So I can pretty much do most of what a regular arm could do. It's just made of metal.
Nice.
So I mean, unless, like, I don't know, something burns it up and then it'll get real hot, but... Or that, like, she'll, like, move the arm and, like, wing around and, like... I imagine it's pretty much, like, almost, like, 99% just,
so
like, a regular
it's like
arm.
almost 1-to-1 how like, a regular arm works.
Yeah.
You've got
Probably
full, like, articulation, full range of movement.
Probably
Sometimes when you stretch a little too high, it'll, like, creak and pop. But other than that,
it probably,
it
like,
works.
Probably, like, little noises here and there, because it's, like,
Yeah, there's,
metal
like, whirring and, like like gears turning and stuff like that. Kind of sounds like a clock moving, just really fast.
Yeah.
So rad.
Thanks. My mom made it, and it's really cool. After I got back from dealing with 3 big dragons, well, I didn't even deal with most of them. My grandpa took care of, and then left us with one.
I heard about that. What was the deal with that?
I was getting this put on, and like she'll stretch out her arm for effect. I was getting this put on. My mom turned around, and then I was in some kind of cave underground, and there was 3 big dragons down there. And they said my grandpa's name. He showed up.
Oh,
And-
that's a mistake.
Yeah. I told them, hey, maybe it's not a good idea to, do this. And then they're like, we're hungry. We're gonna eat you anyway. He said his name, and then sort of one of them was a white dragon. Got real fucked up real fast. But then I got back, and then got my arm finished, but then I got talked to by my mom, by my sire. I thought my grandpa was gonna yell at me, because I did yell some flavorful dragon curse words.
Can you
but
teach
it's
me?
fine. I can teach
I'm only
you.
just learning like I have items that let me speak Draconic, but I only just learned like actual Draconic recently, so I'm still trying to learn all the
So-
cool words.
Would you like to have this moment where you both roll linguistics and Icarus, you teach Silas Draconic?
Yeah, I think Icarus, while doing it, is like, I'll teach you how regular Draconic works first before I teach you actual curse words. Because, like, while it is fun to be able to curse out a dragon, you should probably know how to talk regularly first.
Yeah, I've been able to speak it, but it's entirely magic, I'm sure.
Okay,
Wait.
Ruggs, I also need a linguistics roll from you.
Damn.
Okay.
And
You have now a basic knowledge that would be like first year Spanish in high school.
gotcha.
I imagine Icarus takes the. Imagine if at any point Icarus and Silas are talking, Icarus will start talking just in Draconic, so you're forced to like actually use it and like understand it.
Yeah, so you can understand Draconic, but it's very hard for you to speak right now.
It's like
Gotcha.
Icarus saying something in Draconic and Silas responding back in Common.
Yes.
He'd probably respond back in Goblin just to mess with you.
What the fuck are you saying? I don't know what you're talking about.
That's not the language we're learning right now, damn it.
Once you know a bunch of languages, they all just kind of mish together in your brain. The words come out.
No, they don't. Says from the background.
In which of Cess's languages?
Both Draconic and Goblin.
Nice.
Fan-fucking-tastic.
Which, funnily enough, were 2 of the first ones I chose for her.
Yeah, imagine the rest of it is just like what
Oh.
teaching like basic common phrases you'd be using in conversation.
But I
Donde
also want to
está
show you
La biblioteca?
where
Yeah.
all this, and he's going to point to the scales and the wings, where all
Uh-huh.
this started. Because this started when we made an oops.
An
Right here.
Oopsie?
How
And-
did that start from making an oopsie in quotes?
Okay, so there was a ancient demon holding an ancient dragon here,
Uh-huh.
and I might have thrown an axe
Do you
down the
walk
pit.
over to the pit? Yeah.
Yeah,
So when you
and I'm
look
going to
down
point up
into
to the window
pit,
where I threw it from.
when you look down into the pit, the dragon's skeleton is still there.
That's pretty fucking
Whoa.
cool.
And then that
That's
broke free
uh-huh.
and flew on out. And we were in that tower, and
Uh-huh.
I was riding on the back of Arcadia,
Uh-huh.
and Arcadia jumped out the window at the dragon. And I could have hopped off, but we were on for the ride. We had to stop this dragon.
Right.
And I was probably about as experienced, maybe less than you are now.
Mm-hmm.
And we got real lucky, and then we grabbed it by its wings and drove it back down into the hole where it kept fighting the demon until we came back to kill it.
Huh. That's... I feel like at least half the people here, for like if the first time they've been here, is some sort of messed up adventure that's got them started. It's starting to look like a pattern.
Yep. So the whole, losing an arm, running into things, I'm sorry that you had such a horrible repercussion from that. But I mean you got a dope arm now, so
I'm not really too upset. My balance is kind of off for a little bit because I did lose like a good chunk of like stuff from one side of my body, but it does kind of suck that it was like my writing hand.
Yeah, that's
like my good hands.
That's rough.
That got cut off, but it's okay.
But yeah, we've all been a part of some blunders, and we've all, so don't worry about that.
Oh, I'm
Things
not.
happen.
Believe me. I've made. So that's been like even before I adventured. My entire life is full of doing things I wasn't supposed to be doing.
So as you guys are talking over the dragon skeleton, Silas, you see a green flame appear in its eye as the dragon skeleton begins to rise out of the pit.
Oh, son.
What?
Is it actually right? Is this an illusion?
It's slowly crawling its way out of the pit as it is missing a wing and cannot fly.
You see a very happy alligator at your feet, like peeking down at the pit.
Everything
get it.
okay? Everything good?
Ghost. Go get Arcadia.
Yeah, go get Arcadia, Icarus.
Some of this ghost is waggling a rod.
Yeah, I think.
Oh wait, is Ghost bringing this thing back to?
Yeah, Ghost is controlling the skeleton.
God damn it!
The dragon dances and Ghost laughs at you.
I think
Does-
Icarus
Throw you
is
in the
like,
pit.
Did Icarus
Icarus is like-
run off immediately upon being given orders?
No, I was giving
think-
the order to the Ghost.
Oh, okay.
I think
And then I
Icarus is
remembered.
just like backs up a little bit and is like, I think unintentionally standing like a soldier waiting for orders on what to do.
Like, oh shit, that's a big fucking... Because this thing's almost as big as your grandpa,
Yeah.
size-wise, for context,
Yeah.
Icarus.
Yeah. So he's just looking at.
It's like your
Silas.
great uncle,
Yes, actually, yes, it is.
but
Everything.
I'm gonna
good?
look
Wait,
down, see Ghost, and like put away my dragon slaying axe. Like,
Ghost is going to waggle at you sassily.
forgot you could do that.
Are we good?
We're good.
Do
We're
I-
good.
It's
It's
It's just
And
a
then look
tiny
down.
necromancer alligator.
Ghost is going to like press something on the rod, and the dragon slurps into the rod.
Yeah, you guys see it literally disappear into this rod.
Cool.
He walks away without explaining himself.
Awesome. Okay. That's awesome.
So that is where your rest will, your
Yeah.
watch will end. Who would like to be second watch? Who would like to be on second watch? Two of you.
Might as well throw in Roderick.
Yeah, same with Seth.
And that
Wake
will
the
leave,
old man up from his nap.
and that will leave Arcadia for final watch. Arcadia and Ghost.
So did Ghost just not sleep Because Ghost decided to mess with folks on first watch.
Ghost is sleeping through second watch.
I mean, it's still a restful activity. It's just mischief.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
But yeah, would Roderick and Cess like to have a roleplay moment while you're on watch? Like, what would you guys talk about on watch as a pair of comrades?
I don't know. Tess would definitely be very nervous, but she would try and think of something to talk about. Probably something to do with Reckford and why Roderick moved there.
Okay. Yeah, Roderick. So how do you approach Roderick with this question?
Roderick. Hi. I think
Yeah.
we've already met.
Could be. Then again, we have seen a lot of things. We've seen folks made out of ink possessing corpses. We've seen dragons. We've seen Draco Liches. We've had a busy time over here on the frontier.
Yeah. I know you're not from the Dragonlands.
Yeah. Born and raised up in Hammerholm.
Why did you decide to move here?
Now, do you want me to spin you a tale, tell you a little bit of lies, so that way you're entertained for the rest of the watch, or do you want to know the truth?
The truth.
Well, the truth of the matter is, I just want my kids to know that there's more to life than just, getting grades in school, getting by at your job. You gotta get out there and live your life. So I figured, hey, kids moved out of the house and they're pretty satisfied with where they are in life, and I want to show them that they need to strive for better. So I came out here to the frontier, sending back a little bit of the quest rewards I get, a little bit of the payment I get from working in the Hall of Blades, and, showing them that there's a lot more to life and they really got to live it.
Well, if you... Well, yeah, that is a very good point. I can resonate with that. And she visibly calms down, by the way.
Roderick sort of tilts his head a little and puts his hand sort of up a little, puts his hands up a little bit, like he's, how do I put this? He sort of awkwardly holds his hands up, like, in maybe a placating manner, just, what, did y'all think I was only in it for the money? That I was a runaway for some sort of crime back home?
No, just calms. Well, it's just nice to see someone with a very similar sentiment to me. I left home because I did not want to be stuck.
I know that feeling. That's why I left home the first time. Also how I met my wife.
What's her name?
Let me actually go back into the notes because I have this written down.
Got it.
Where is it? Alright, so I know I'm on roughly the right page. No, this isn't the right page. Hey, Belle, can you help remind me what was wrong?
His wife's name is Juliana.
Juliana. Thank you.
I came up with that name.
Yes, you did. For the most part, Brack is only 50% my
I
creation.
mean, Roderick.
Oh my god, I'm on brain rot, aren't I?
That's okay. That's okay. Jester does it too.
At least I'm not alone. But yeah, Roderick's wife's name is Juliana, so now how is he saying that in character?
I don't know.
But yeah, met my wife Juliana way back when we were young, back in our adventuring days. Settled down, opened a small little blacksmith shop. She ended up teaching me more than I taught anyone else.
Juliana was also a druid, specifically of the metal bending clan, which is a thing in Pathfinder, where I say fuck not being able to use metal as druids, and they have a whole ass practice of like learning spells like heat metal. Instead of like mold earth, it's mold iron, stuff like that.
Ooh.
Yeah, Roderick has a good wife. He's really happy with his lot, but he wants to show others that just because you're content doesn't mean you should stagnate.
Yeah. Well, I could probably arrange her a trip to Wreckford.
Well, that would be mighty kind of you.
Well, take it as a favor from the mage, from the mayor.
Mayor, you could use the airship to ship Roderick
I know.
home for a day. Like,
And yeah, I know I could send Roderick home for a day and then bring him and his wife back.
mhm.
Roderick sort of blinks a bit, and he's like, I really gotta pay more attention to politics. I completely forgot you were the mayor. I'm sorry about that.
No, it's fine. People usually forget since I'm so quiet. It's only when my bird lands that people remember.
At
And
that point,
it'll
she
yeah.
swoops down and will land behind Cess. This massive fucking bird. This is a full-size rock. Lands behind Cess. And, like, glares down at Roderick.
Roderick just looks up at the rock and is like, ah, point taken.
At that point, the bird itself will be like, don't worry, I will not harm you unless you harm Cess.
Is
In
the
a
bird
very booming
talking?
voice.
Yeah,
Oh my-
yeah, the bird can speak common.
And Doran.
Mm-hmm.
Roderick blinks, then blinks again, and then does that thing where you like close your eyes and open them a lot, trying to make sure you're not hallucinating, and it's just, I've seen a lot of things. I've seen dragons. I've seen dredges. I have seen a lich with gemstone eyes and golden teeth. But the talking rock that's actually new for me.
Cess will say, don't worry. It's new for many people. She doesn't usually talk. I don't know why she talked now. She must like you. And the bird flies off again.
Sundere bird. And that will end second watch and come to Arcadia's watch. I do believe Arcadia is on is dealing with the puppy, but that will be kind of where the watches end, because it seems that for the most part, because you guys will notice kind of as you're taking watch, Hall of Blades members in blue equipment, not the red shirts, are kind of patrolling this area because it is a hotbed for undead activity because of the soul wood and its purpose.
Do we need to consecrate the place?
You could absolutely, if Arcadia wants to do that on her turn, you can.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Let's consecrate the camp.
You can I believe you can consecrate up to a mile. which will take you,
I don't think I can, but I'll like if you let me, totally.
Yeah, I'll let you. You can consecrate like the full safe house and the acre of land that is there. That you're kind of
Sick. Thank you.
And so this will kind of be a safe area. Like if any of you have played Baldur's Gate 3, it's kind of like Last Light in the middle of the fucking Shadowfell.
I love that.
But yeah, so you guys can take this here. Now it is midnight, and I will ask, would you guys like to continue, or are you guys? Do you guys need to head out because it's late?
I can keep going.
I can also keep going.
I could do another.
I
30.
am relying on all of you.
Okay. Rugs, you were saying?
I could do another 30.
Okay, cool. So we'll end in the next, roughly in the next 30 minutes. So we kind of pan in on the next day as you guys notice the camp feels like lighter and you can see kind of the darkness of the forest around the camp kind of can't touch it, can't encroach on it, and the lights of the sun will beam down and make the camp like this nice temperate climate. As Arcadia has consecrated the place, and you guys can travel, since you got a full rest instead of just a long rest because of the consecration and the 3 watches, you can make a solid 3 hex journey. So you could go from where you are to Heartful Cove to this area right here on the map, which is the small hex right here, to make camp for your last day of the journey. And this is probably, I think, the farthest west any group has gone.
Yeah, we're marching west, guys.
Yes, on this
Journey to the west.
On this Westmarch game, you are journeying west.
Hell yeah.
We gotta get these Buddhist scrolls to the Temple of Utopia.
But yeah, you guys are on the little. You guys are the white square on the map. And as you kind of get to this area, you land on the island itself, and what you'll notice is as you kind of come into land on the island, the visibility above the tree line is dense cloud cover. Like, it's very low visibility, so you're probably gonna have to hoof it from here.
Mm-hmm.
Lucky me, I have hooves.
We walking.
Unlucky me. Roderick has short legs.
Tiny little
Well,
legs.
come here. I have a harness. Get in.
You can ride on Arcadia's back. That is an option.
Is there anyone else who is shorter and slower than Roderick?
Nope, he is the smallest character other than Cess, who I believe is very fast.
Wait, how short are we thinking?
Roderick's a dwarf.
Oh,
Roderick
okay.
is a dwarf.
No, Cess only has a 20 base speed from
then, yeah.
Ratfolk.
Cess also is small, but the two of you could basically fit on Arcadia's back.
Yeah, I'm used to
Yeah.
carrying Silas.
Silas is now strong enough to piggyback someone if they need it.
Yeah, so one of you can
If he actually puts these gloves on, he can piggyback Arcadia.
Yep, that is a thing. I gave him the gauntlets of, I believe, was it ogre power or giant strength
Ogre.
that I gave you? Yeah. So you have the gauntlets of ogre power, which give you the plus 20 to your strength.
That's, along with being a dragon now, that's a very, very high score and a very large modifier.
So what you're saying is you can fastball special me.
Yes, I believe he could, actually.
Yeah. Let me just...
It's just that is a strength roll. Oh.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch. And that's a 13 on the die.
Mine's not as impressive, but still fun.
Y'all both rolled 13 on that roll.
Yeah.
But
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
so you guys are kind of making it through this new jungle terrain. Silas, you will notice
Sure
there
happens.
is a boat on the shore here that bears the mark of, like, the old mark of the Hall of Blades. Like, they tried to come here, but something got their boat. There is clear, like, marks of this, like, it's not quite a canoe, it's like a long ship. It was pelted with tridents and spears.
Okay. So, either aquatic threats or semi-aquatic threats. Nobody carries a trident unless they're like either killing fish or are part fish.
Or they worship the goddess.
Semi-aquatic laying mammals of action.
Or they worship the goddess Cassiopeia, who also carries a trident and a bident.
Too many dents.
Yep. 5 fork points from the giant snake lady.
I use an uni dent, also known as a spear.
Yep. So you guys kind of are hoofing it through this dense forest, and as you're walking through this jungle-like terrain, you begin to see ruins, like collapsed statues of the mother of creation, Cassiopeia, kind of crumbled along in nature taken what appear to be streets, because the ground in most of this jungle area, though the jungle has kind of overtaken it and mosses begin to grow, you are walking on like a paved road that is like dense on most sides with this thick they're jungle trees. They're not quite palms, but they're big, like thick, wide-leaved trees that create a giant canopy above you, and there's green as far as the eye can see. And around you, you see just kind of these crumbled statues of most of the gods, and then you get to, like, you come to an area where the paved road begins to ascend onto these raised metal platforms that have what appear to be lantern posts with still glowing, ever-burning lanterns inside them as the jungle begins to get darker and darker the closer you get to the mountain. How are you guys reacting as you kind of enter through this jungle area?
Cautiously?
Yeah.
Okay.
A little more on alert.
Roderick already has one of his axes in hand.
Brazenly.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, so Silas, as you begin to examine the nature around here, you notice that this is definitely like the raised metal platforms kind of attached to the trees. This is something that was built by someone very, very long ago, but the forest itself is alive around you. Like, it seems like it has sentience almost. It knows you're here, and it's not offended by your presence yet, but it is very temperamental seeming. The wood around you seeming to groan and creak, and I need everybody to make me a perception check, please.
Okay.
I can't make another knowledge check.
Holy shit, Arcadia.
Oh.
I see everything.
Watch me see nothing as soon as I hit the button. Oh,
I
never
see
mind.
even less than you.
I got
Let me
23.
roll for both sense and my bird.
Okay.
By the way, is it based on sight?
It is based on sight and hearing.
Why does it say
Okay.
you're dazzled?
Because light blindness. Blindness.
One thing that I will
Well,
tell
what's
you
the
is
current
that you
light
do
status?
not have that right now.
Like,
This
I
place
was gonna
is
say,
so
like,
what's-
dark that it is having
Okay.
to be lit by lamps.
Okay, then I will remove dazzled. And then from my bird,
Really enjoying this new dark vision.
Right?
perception. Oh, is that a plus 14? What the fuck? That should be a plus 15. Because that's what rocks get for some reason.
Yep.
24.
Okay. So
The bird knows what's up.
Arcadia, you're the first one to notice. There are things watching you from within the trees. Beautiful, sparkling, golden eyes. Feline in nature, watch you from a distance. They move as your party moves, and they seem to stop when you stop. A lot of somethings are stalking you in the trees.
I think Arcadia is going to take some dried elk meat and is going to go here, kitty, kitty, kitty.
As you do this, a spear spikes straight through the elk and
All
pins
right.
it to the ground.
I mean, I wouldn't put it against the ground. It is still food, but if that's your utensil of choice, I'm not going to judge you.
And you see it begin to get drugged back with a rope.
Oh, that's actually pretty cool.
And then
Pretty rad.
something is thrown back to you. And it is a cloak made from the hide of a displacer beast.
Ooh, thank you.
And you see, like, they're still watching you, but you begin to hear whispers, and everybody can kind of now see there's something, probably people of some kind, watching you from within the jungle.
Well, yeah, might as well happen.
Did we level when we killed Orchid?
I mean, I did. You should have.
Yeah, you should.
I did.
Everybody leveled when Orchid died.
Just checking.
Roderick.
It's not going to affect anything, but I was going to go more points into Sorcerer.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, no, Roderick wasn't in that fight. Brock was. That was Brock's final stand. So, do you guys attempt to make contact with the people in the trees?
Yeah, why not?
How
I mean,
would
I
you
got
like
a sick
to
cloak
approach?
out of it.
All right. I'm pretty good with trees. Y'all don't know it, but I am a verdant sorcerer.
Okay.
So I got good vibes from these plants. By the way, their plants forest is very much alive. Don't screw with the wildlife.
Wasn't planning on it.
Just letting you know.
I mean, like, we can still hunt and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Do I get a feeling that these whatever's out there speak common?
Roll, yeah, roll me a nature check.
Common,
Can I do
elven,
the same?
goblin.
Yes, you may.
Can
You
I-
may roll.
cool.
You may also roll.
Hell yeah, look at that.
Fuck? How? Two nat
Let me give
20s in
it-
a
I'm just
fucking row.
awesome like that.
I feel like it's already covered, but I would also like to try.
Yeah, absolutely. You may, all of you may roll.
7.
To see
Nothing.
What you know. So before we go into kind of what everybody's, what everybody knows, I'm gonna ask each of you. So upon seeing there are things watching you, how is Arcadia feeling during this period, during this interaction?
Probably weirdly comfortable. Like she's pretty certain, even if these things were dangerous, she could do something about it that would stop all of them.
Okay.
Like, she is not sweating these things in the least, though she is hoping that they are cool because they just gave her a sick-ass cloak. Yeah, that's how you make friends.
And
Yeah.
Silas, how are you reacting to this?
Once again, thick ass cloak. The spear was a little threatening, but like I get it.
They just didn't want to come out of the trees to get the meat.
Yeah. They seem chill enough.
Ye old DoorDash.
It wasn't
Spear.
pointed at any of us.
Yeah, no, it specifically.
And if they got
was
aimed
aimed
like
for
that,
the meat.
yeah.
And
And with Arcadia there and with his wearing his gloves, he has literally almost no fear.
yeah.
He's
Sess, how are you feeling as you're being watched by these probably very large felines as your tiny little rat?
Also, as a paladin, I have an aura.
Oh, that's true.
So do I, actually.
So do I.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
What's your aura? What's your flavor?
I don't think I have a flavor yet.
Aura of good for Icarus. I have aura of chaos, if you're curious.
It's awesome.
Oh yeah.
Well, first, you said knowledge nature or what again? Or
Nature,
just knowledge
just
nature?
nature.
Okay. Fair enough. But Sess is definitely nervous.
Yeah, tiny little rat, lots of giant cats. Probably should be.
She's also probably wary from some things that she's heard, specifically from Garme. Specifically for 2 potential people.
Fantastic. Roderick, how are you feeling in the moment?
Roderick is the last to notice the cat folk, and he only notices because the other members of his little group are also staring at the cats.
Yeah, and probably the spear indicated something was up.
Because Roderick rolled a 10 with a plus, he rolled a 5 on the dice. I'm gonna be a little mean to him and make it so he didn't notice until after the spear was being dragged back.
Okay. Yeah, so Roderick, you just know that they tossed a cloak back. That's a thing that happened. They did make a trade for the elk meat.
What does this cloak do, if you don't mind my asking?
It is a it allows you to once per day use the displacement ability. You basically have blink once per day.
Sick.
Blink or blur, one or the other.
I'm gonna have blur potions.
Yeah, it allows you to either use blink, so teleporting is short distance, or blur. Like you can use one
Sick,
or the
thank
other
you.
once a day. So you, so Silas and Arcadia, you guys were the highest rolls for knowledge nature to know what they speak. Cat folk speak 3 languages. Beasts speak, which is the first one, where they can speak to animals.
I raised my hand.
Yes.
You asked everybody but me.
Oh yeah. How is Icarus feeling in the moment?
I think very nervous. But also just like looking at Silas, between Silas and like the people and like the woods, just using Silas as a frame of reference of how she should be responding.
Yeah.
To
using your
whatever's
boss,
happening.
who is probably more experienced at this shit than you,
It's fair.
to kind of know what's going on as in the moment. It's a good frame of reference.
Yeah.
So you two, Silas and Arcadia, the badasses that you are, would kind of be able to know. They speak 3 languages. One is beast speech, which is the ability to speak with animals freely. One is it's known as Phelan, which is just the cat folk language, and then one is common. They do know common.
Good.
Cool. That means I don't have to cast Speak with Animals.
But yeah, so who is the first to approach?
I'll step up.
Okay. What is your approach currently? Like, how are you approaching these creatures?
You know, hands up.
Okay.
Not trying to start nothing. And just hey, local catfolk. Do we know where we're going?
Yeah, you are going west and northwest to the Silver Mountain ruins.
Gotcha. We're just passing through. Is there anything we should be worried about up here? Aside from you guys, I don't feel like you're cool, right?
As you begin to speak, you see a singular catfolk. She's rather beefy. She's this like big, huge-looking catfolk. She's like 7'4", rather muscular. Kind of comes down almost like swinging on vines as she lands in front of you. Massive fucking sword on her back. She's wearing essentially like kind of what Karlak wears in Baldur's Gate 3, except it's all made of fur.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll look at you and go, what was the will save for?
Making sure I'm not falling in love.
Fantastic.
Good
And
idea.
she'll like roll her shoulders and lean forward and go, "Why would you need to fear us, little man? You do not bear ill intent to the wood, do you?"
No. I love the woods.
I see.
We're just on our way to the thing that you just said.
Where are we?
Temple.
Okay, cool.
It is you are going to the Silver Moon Mountain. Silver Moon Mountain. I will.
Is there silver there?
It's where the like silver dragonborn, which were the first of their kind, were born.
Sick.
Aw.
It is also where Bahamut, the platinum dragon, died.
Hypothetically, if one person were to put up a silver mine around here, would y'all be cool with that?
The large catfolk will kind of look over and tilt her head at you and go, No, we would not.
Okay. That's fine.
Besides, there is no silver left in the mountain unless you count the corpses of the never decaying dragonborn that live there.
I do not.
You know why they aren't decaying?
There is a curse on the mountain. The souls do not leave the bodies. The bodies do not rise, however. It's not like undead. They are...
Okay.
There is a creature. Some call it a mage, others just call it a beast that lives deep within the mountain. And we do not tread there. I can send one of my daughters with you, if you would like, or for the night at least. If you bear no ill will, you may follow the metal path made by the metal men, and follow it till you find an exit made of vine. Walk upon the vines with no ill will, and it will lead you to my village.
Did you say metal men?
They were in large suits of armor.
Oh, I see.
They
Interesting.
did not move like they were natural, kind of like that one's arm. And she will point to Icarus.
Oh. I think Icarus being pointed at waves.
You see another smaller catfolk woman wave back to you from behind the big buff lady.
I wave back again.
It's like Icarus failed the will save.
No, Icarus just wants to make friends, okay? I'm out here for a good time. Maybe a long time. Mainly a good time.
I mean, I say we take the trail.
Yeah, I mean, none of us have ill will here.
And if any of you do, I'll just carry you.
If you have ill will, the wood itself will carry you to your doom.
Ah, fair
Works
enough.
for me.
Be careful of the tree ants, they are not quite friendly. And then she will whistle, and then her entire tribe will retreat where they are not visible to the rest of you.
Okay, that is so rad. We have to practice that with the blades.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I like people. They're cool.
They
We
seem
should hang out
nice
here more.
folk.
What did they call this place that we were going to, the village? Or did they?
They did
Their
not give it a
village.
name. Yeah, they did not give it
I
a
see. Well then, let's follow the path. Or at the very least, I think we should.
I think it's a good
Yeah.
idea.
name.
Have a place
you
to stay for the night.
yeah, you follow the path toward, it kind of forks off, one's to the left, one to the right, and if you go far enough right, there's another offshoot of this path that they had told you about that is made completely of, like, it's a platform that meets with the metal platform made entirely of vines, but what else you'll notice is there are what look to be dead clockwork within the vines.
Huh.
Hmm.
The wood did not like these metal men.
Clearly not.
That's why they built the metal roads.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Roderick. I would like to have Roderick investigate these metal men, see if there's any sigils or something like that.
Yeah,
Is it-
you can roll me a perception check.
Do you want help with that?
If you can use the help action and give Roderick advantage.
Yeah, I'll help him out.
I have a +5. It would honestly probably be better, or not. I get a 19 on the die.
19 on the die, total 24. You can roll it again, see if you crit.
Could I roll separately?
Yeah, you can. So yeah, there are a couple of sigils on here. The sigils from these metal men are the sigil of Hammerhole, very specifically. The early, like, ancient symbols of Hammerhole.
God, could I see if I notice, like, anything else outside of, like, any tracks or, like, of anything that was recently through here?
You may try, yeah, that would be survival.
Surviving. I can do that. It's an 8.
You have
I
no
can't
fucking
do
idea,
that.
but the trail does lead to this, like, large... It's not quite it's like a curtain of vines. Like, you can see through that there's a village behind it, but it's not like... It's enough where if animals were to come here, they would be deterred by the vines. But you guys can move them where you're not harmed.
Could I poke my head in?
Yeah, behind it, you see a pair of very large, buff cat ladies standing on either side of a gate with massive glaives in their hands.
Do they see me?
Not currently, but they are expecting you, so.
Are we ready to go in? There's people there.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Then Icarus
I'm ready.
Icarus will walk in.
Okay. As you walk in, the two cat ladies will clock you immediately. They kind of lower their glaives until they kind of see your arm and go, "The mistress is expecting you," and then they will, kind of put their glaives up back into a resting position. The village itself is built into this massive fucking tree. It is, like, big enough to build a village within the tree itself. And they kind of go, "Welcome to Masiril, the village of the catfolk."
Thank you.
Get a spelling on that.
Yeah, I will type it up in the Roll20.
Awesome.
Is it spelled like the mushroom? Oh, it's not.
Masaril.
It's super not mycelium like I thought you said.
No,
Masaril.
Masaril.
I feel like I'm gonna get several stares for being partially metal in this place.
Yeah, no, they don't seem to like you. They can see that you are mostly flesh, so they're not worried about you.
Unless you're a paladin, you put off good vibes.
Yeah, you do. You do literally put off an aura of good that makes you easier to trust.
Our party is chaotic good as an aura.
Also, you can't really take off the metal anyway. It's kind of permanently attached.
Yeah, well, no, you can. Your automail can be removed.
But I do like having.
Yeah, like if it makes it uncomfortable for you to sleep, you can remove and reattach your automail rather easily, actually.
Hell yeah. Neat party trick. Hey guys, check this.
As you guys enter the city, in the town square is the big buff lady, who you presume is the mistress, the war chief of this town. And she will kind of stand tall and smile at each of you and go, "Welcome, visitors. I am Asira. I put that in the Roll20 as well. I am Asira. I am the chieftain of my people. Welcome to Masaril, the only village that I know of within the jungle of Grimoire. What brings?
Thank you for the welcome.
No, you are very welcome for our welcome and hospitality. What brings you all to my woods?
We are on a quest to. I'm gonna look over to Icarus. Like, do you get any actual information from?
I was looking at you for the information.
Your
Grandpa.
You were both informed to scout out the top of the mountain.
That's right, the mountain.
Yeah, and make sure that you and see what the danger level inside the mountain is.
Yeah, I would like imagine it's like you're like in class and like the teacher called on you and you're leaning over to somebody to whisper you the information. Yeah, I drop you that. You're our friend talker. You got this. You got this. I believe in you.
We're on our way to the mountain. We're gonna go check out the situation, see if it's full of monsters or, what it's like over there. Because the last notes that we have of it, it was, I think those, and I'll point back toward the Vine Bridge full of clockwork people. I think those guys were still around the last time we got any word back from this area.
I see. Well, the mountain itself was sealed many, many years ago. The only people that have ever gone to the top are my daughters, Misha and Milana. So if you wish to know about the mountain or have a guide into the mountain, they would be the two to show you the way. They can lead you through Grimoire, our forest, quite easily. But I ask humbly that you rest here. You look as if you have been traveling quite a long time.
Yeah, it's been a little bit.
So come, rest, and be one with our people.
Yeah.
Important.
Sounds great to me.
Yeah, you guys can rest.
We are one step closer to where we need to be.
All right. And we're surrounded by awesome cat folk.
Yeah, gorgeous Catwoman.
Oh no.
Please stop pinging the thing on the.
No.
Oh, it's making my
All
head
right,
hurt.
let's see here.
I. Shit.
All right.
I think Icarus is just very excited to see new people, and like, not actively be like, in like engaged in like a
In
murder
danger.
threat. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's just very curiously looking around.
Yeah. So, yeah, this is the village of Masaril, and this is also where we will stop session for the evening. Thank you all for joining me. I really
Yay.
appreciate it. I know this.
What the fuck?
What's up?
Why was the map? The map was all red for a minute.
I have no idea. It's totally not the wrath of the gods coming for all of you pinging the map.
I'm not even pinging it.
I
I'm being
stopped when
good.
you told me to.
I
I'm
never
being,
pinged a thing.
I'm being good and not touching the map.
Essentially, what next session will be, because kind of what I want to do is start running this particular quest on Mondays, since we've switched Basic Fantasy to Fridays. If you guys are
Okay.
down.
I
Works
would
for
love
me.
to do it.
Down to clown.
I am happy to be involved.
Fantastic. So we're gonna go ahead and say goodbye to YouTube.
Bye, YouTube.
Thank you everybody
Bye,
for
YouTube.
watching. Remember to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and then hit all because YouTube's mean to me. Bye YouTube, and fuck you, Dave.
Fuck you, Dave.
Bye.
Okay, fuck you, YouTube.
Bye.